You've seen the ads, 18 minutes to 80%. But when I looked at real-world tests on the most popular EVs in 2026, almost none of them actually delivered that. Here's exactly how long charging really takes. You bought the EV because charging was supposed to be easy. Plug in at home overnight, stop for 20 minutes on the highway, and you're back on the road. That's the story. But here's what actually happens when real owners test real cars in 2026. I went through the latest independent tests and real-world data on the most popular EVs: Tesla Model Y, Hyundai Ioniq 5, Kia EV6, Ford Mustang Mach-E, VW ID4, and a few others. The gap between what the brochure promises and what you actually experience is massive. And if you don't know the difference, you're going to waste hours every month. The first hidden truth: almost no EV charges at its advertised peak speed for very long. The commercials love to say 10 to 80% in 18 minutes. That number is usually the absolute best-case scenario on a perfect 350 kilowatt charger, perfect battery temperature, and starting from a low state of charge. In reality, the charging curve follows a curve. It starts fast when the battery's low, then steadily slows down as it fills up. By the time you hit 50–60%, many cars are already pulling significantly less power. After 80%, it crawls. This isn't a flaw in your car, it's how lithium-ion batteries protect themselves. The battery management system reduces current to control heat and prevent damage to the cells. The closer the battery gets to full, the harder and slower it becomes to push more energy in safely. That's why the last 20% often takes almost as long as the first 60–80%. Plan your stops around 10–80% and you'll save serious time. The second thing nobody tells you: the car matters more than the charger. Here's what the real tests show in 2026. Hyundai Ioniq 5 and Kia EV6 800-volt cars are the clear winners. On a good 350 kilowatt station, they can do 10–80% in about 18 minutes. They add roughly 100 miles in 6 to 8 minutes during the fastest part of the curve. These are the cars that actually come close to the marketing numbers. Tesla Model Y and Model 3 are very good, but not quite as quick on the curve. Expect around 25 minutes for 10–80% on a strong V3 or V4 supercharger. They hold decent speed longer than some rivals, but they don't have the same peak as the Ioniq 5. Ford Mustang Mach-E and VW ID4 are noticeably slower. Real-world tests show 10–80%, taking 35 to 40 minutes on the same chargers, where the Ioniq 5 finishes in 18. That's double the time. Older used EVs are even worse. A Nissan Leaf or early Chevy Bolt can take 45 to 60+ minutes for the same 10–80% because their maximum charge rate is much lower. If road trips matter to you, the car you choose changes everything. But here's where it gets worse. Even the fastest cars only deliver those numbers when everything is perfect. Real life is rarely perfect. Cold weather can cut charging speed in half until the battery warms up. Hot weather forces the car to slow down to protect the cells. If you arrive at the charger with the battery already warm from highway driving, it may not precondition properly and you lose speed. Many public chargers don't deliver their full advertised kilowatts because of sharing power with other stalls or old equipment. That 20-minute stop easily becomes 35 to 45 minutes. Do that twice on a long drive, and you just added over an hour to your trip. The practical part: what actually works in 2026? If you want charging to feel fast instead of frustrating, do these things. For DC fast charging on the road, always precondition the battery before you arrive. Use the car's navigation to route to a charger. Most modern EVs will start warming or cooling the battery automatically, arrive with 10 to 20% remaining for the fastest session. Charging from 5 to 80% is much quicker than 40 to 90%. Use apps like ABRP, a better route planner, or PlugShare to see real-time charger status and recent user reports on speeds. Unplug at 80%. The last 20% is almost never worth the extra weight on a road trip. For home charging, where most of your charging will actually happen, Level 1 is painfully slow, usually 3 to 5 miles of range per hour. Fine for a tiny top-up, useless for daily driving. Level 2 is what you actually need. A 7 to 11 kilowatt home charger typically adds 20 to 40 miles of range per hour. Most cars will go from empty to full in 5 to 10 hours overnight. That's the real set it and forget it experience. If you're buying a used EV, check what maximum AC charging speed it supports. Some older models are limited to 7 kilowatts or less, even on a powerful home charger. The car's worth considering if charging speed matters to you. Buy the Ioniq 5 or EV6 if you want the fastest public charging experience. Buy a Tesla if you value the supercharger network reliability and convenience more than raw speed. Avoid or be very careful with used Mach-E's, ID.4s, or older non-800-volt cars if you do regular highway driving. One final reality check. Charging an EV is still dramatically cheaper and more convenient than gas for most people, if you have home charging and you understand the real times. If you don't have home charging and you rely only on public stations, the experience can feel slow and unreliable, especially with anything other than the fastest 800-volt cars. Most new EV owners learn this the hard way on their first real road trip. They planned around the advertised 18 to 25 minutes and ended up spending twice that. You don't have to be like most people. Now you know exactly how long it really takes on the cars that matter in 2026, and more importantly, how to make charging as fast as it can actually be. The difference between a smooth EV experience and a frustrating one usually comes down to knowing the curve before you buy or before you leave home. Most drivers figure it out after they've already wasted the time. You just saved yourself that headache.